Hi everyone, welcome to the NCL Gym, February 1st to the 13th. Hi everyone, it is a wonderful day, and today I'm feeling pretty good considering the last 4 days I've been sick as hell on this cruise ship. Alright, this journey started out just like any other journey except a surprise snowstorm in Waynesboro, Georgia left up to 5 inches and roads closed. So we had to, and within 20 minutes, get our suitcases loaded, get hold of the pet sitter, bring her aboard a day early, and get a hotel in Baxley, Georgia, about an hour away from the port. Got in the car, it was snowing so hard, within that short amount of time, all the way down to Baxley's, it was snowing. So we got in, got cold, got a hotel, got something to eat, got to sleep, got back in the car. It wasn't snowing, but it was so cold. We were only an hour away. I don't even think we were an hour away. So we got to the parking lot. We don't stay in the pier parking. We stayed across the street. It wasn't even 8 o'clock. They took us over. We were on the ship by 9. Of course, not really anything to do. But we noticed before we left that we left an hour and a half late. They were waiting for people who was trying to make the ship, and that I give them cadoodles for that. And a lot of people didn't make the ship. They got stranded in Charlotte because Georgia shut down their highways because of the snow that they just could not deal with, and they just could not get out of Charlotte. It's not a few. This was a lot. The ship was booked at full capacity. It is not at full capacity. So, okay. So our first port was cold. It was the Bahamas. They'll needed sweatshirts and jackets. Most people don't pack those things when it comes to a cruise ship, unless you're going to Alaska. Second was their private island. It was even just as cold. Nobody got off until the sun really came around 2 o'clock. Okay. And then people did get off, but they didn't stay on the island very long. That's day 3. The morning of day 3, I went to go have some breakfast in the Irish pub, and I thought, man, my stomach feels like there's no room in it. Not quite sure. So I walked around the decks that I walked. Deck 7, it goes all the way around. Went around once, and I knew something was wrong, so I went back to the stateroom and said, I gotta take a shower. I gotta feel better. I don't know why I feel so bad. Let's just say that's when the moment began of my hell. Started throwing up in the shower. Finally stopped, cleaned up, got into bed, woke up a couple hours later, threw up some more, went back to sleep, covered up, stayed in bed. The smell of food made me sick. Everyone was trying to help me. By this time, my whole body was aching and shivering. I had to turn the heat on in the room. I was just terrible. Next day after that, same. Yesterday was the same. I got out, walked around a little bit, and I had to sit down and I watched a movie here. I just could not bring myself to eat. I had a Sicilian steakhouse where they constantly bring meat. I had a reservation there, but I would have been penalized even though it was part of my cruise if I didn't show up. So I thought I gotta eat something. If I stayed simple, I'll be good. Well, last night I ate a little bit of everything they put on my plate. Stayed simple. Of course, that was at 8:30 at night, and then I went to. I don't feel good. I didn't get sick. I just didn't feel good. So I lay down and I slept all night long till this morning. And there's a lot of people sick on this cruise. Now, if they choose to report being sick to the medical, that's their choice. My husband and son, Michael, went on St. Martin's to the Dutch island to pick everyone up Dutch cheese. They got to go off the ship because it's so hot here. I can't walk around the ship. I just don't have strength. I'm saluted. I'm all by myself. There's no... I'm just enjoying the shade. I'm, just being me. I want to give you the update. So basically, 11 o'clock, they have bingo here on deck 7. They also have arts and crafts they give out every day. I've gotten those. And they play a movie at 12 o'clock. Today, it's Captain America with Harrison Ford in it. I've seen it. It was one of my favorite movies. Yesterday, I sat there and I just couldn't move. I've never seen it before, but Perfect Pitch. Hope never to see it again. Okay. I don't have any strength, and you can see now there's a second part of this. It's not just having the throw ups and the now it's getting a cough and congested, and so I bought medicine for that because that's possible on any cruise, I guess. So that's the second half of this virus. You just don't get sick for a couple of days and then feel better and go on. Now it turns into something else, and as you can hear in my voice, I have no fever. I am not contagious. But we have decided to not go on any more cruises. We started booking for 2027. And since we've been on 12 cruises this year, our last one will be December 7th of this year, and we're going to take a break because we have had no luck. We have catched everything there is to catch. Those two have, but this time I have. And yeah, I never get sick, and if I get sick, we know there's a problem. And of course, off the Carnival ship, we all got exposed to COVID, and we were all down for 2 weeks, and then we had another cruise in 5 days. That's when we got better, thinking, oh my God, how are we going to do this? But we did it anyway. We will probably lose our deposit on the MSC Genzioso, but that's okay because we got 2 MSCs coming up here and the beginning of end of March and end of February, March. So that will be, then we'll have taken a little break. But overall, the ship is 20 years old, and I found some cracks and crawls that kind of bothers me. But the people here are very nice, very welcoming, always saying, even though they may be tired of you Americans or tourists, there's a smiling. Very accommodating. They have changed some policies on how they do things, and I'm going to update you. From the last time we were on NCL, you had to get on. They changed the app too, so it doesn't start working until the ship starts moving. That you can get on and start making your reservations to your dining. Well, you don't do that anymore for the Grand Pacific and stuff for anytime dining. You actually go down there, you get in line, and they seat you, and then if you have to wait, then you have to wait. So the best thing to do is get down there at 5:30, unless you have a specialty restaurant. So what came with our package is 3 specialty dinings. And so we found the lounge where you make those reservations. And we already had one done online. We didn't know we had 2 more with the cruise. So we took what was available. So tonight is Japanese. Yes, that's right, Japanese. I'm not even going to try Japanese. I'm going to at least taste it, okay? Not overeat. I'm going to be good like I was last night. And then we will be in St. Kitts tomorrow. Then at sea, and then at St. Juan. And then at sea, we'll be back home in Jacksonville. Nice ship, quiet ship. There is maybe 5 kids, and it's all from one family here. I don't see them ever. The ship does truly be updated for kids. It really does. They have a basketball thing and a rock climbing, but nothing like the new ships have, and not enough entertainment for them. And I have to agree. Now, because it's been so cold the first 4 days, a lot of the stuff on the deck were closed. And pretty much the Windjammer, it's not the Windjammer, but the garden, the eatery, let's put it that way, has strange hours as well. Yeah, they're not like most places. But let's go back on to the dining. Before, if you had lunch, you had a free menu and you had a paid menu, like at the Japanese, the Chinese. That's all gone. So if you want to eat there, you got to pay for it, period. The internet, they give you 300 minutes. Says it's for texting, checking emails, things like that. Most of the people couldn't get it to work. It didn't work. Oh yes, if you're like me who works on a cruise ship, let's just say a lot of people here, they work from home. They're able to go on cruises with their families and bring their business with them. The IPM did not match up. These people had their laptops, man, and they want to know why this. So if they're in an island like this, they just use their Verizon Travel Pass like I do, and they have to hook up to their computer that way and get their work done. But to disappear for like 2 days and not be able to work, your boss starts to question things like that. So, and there was about 30 people trying to figure out what are they going to do. I never had that problem with other cruise lines, but it's kind of scary. I always brought my tablet and stuff, not my laptop. People walking by. And that's not a good thing and it's Starlink. Once you get on and you've activated your 300 minutes, which is about 5 hours, really worthless, that you can up it. Now, they said, you'll be saving $115, be $13 a day, just buy the package. I thought about it, but then I was like, well, people who did buy the package is having that exact same problem. Why would I? So I just wait till I'm in port. I use my travel pass for my Verizon. It's $12 for 24 hours. Not a big deal. And that's what I'm doing now. So you just updated video. I did take some pictures of some places, but this is identical to our sister ship that we were on. Love the pub, love the food, love the wings. I like the pretzels too, with the cheese. Food is a variety. So we have not been back in the main dining room since then. The buffet seems to be pretty good. We do usually have breakfast in Sheehan's, the Irish pub. It's more cozy. It's not rushed. And it's just all around. There's not a lot of chit-chatting in the background. You get really pretty things. So what do I think about the ship? She's clean. She's pretty. Everyone's always cleaning, fixing. They're polite. But there are a lot of people that have gotten sick. And the average crowd, someone else asked me, tell me what the average crowd is. I'm 62, and I'm pretty young compared to the average crowd. There is a few, maybe 10, 15 couples that are under 30. That's it. Most of them is older than me, and that's okay too, or around my age. So this is my 15-minute video that I promised I would do, and I think I'm going to take a nap now, and I'm sorry I don't have more for you. Bye-bye.